It's Friday Night Writes with the Stop Writing Alone community. I'm Nicole Rivera, and I'm here every single week sharing prompts, exercises, and writing prompt parties for you to be inspired for the whole weekend through. Come on in, bring your notebook, your laptop, or whatever it is you want to write with, because as soon as we get started, you'll be inspired to start scribbling away your weekend. Thanks for coming, and enjoy your Friday Night Writes. This week's creative nonfiction prompt comes from Storymatic. The box is called Rememory. It's one of my favorite creative nonfiction tools. Check the show description to see how you can get a box of your own. Hey everybody, it's me, Nicole Rivera from the Stop Writing Alone podcast, and here on the MV Rivera YouTube channel for our Friday Night Writes. And we are here in the third week of the month, so we are going to talk all about creative nonfiction. I believe it was last month. Last month I shared one of my favorite exercises with you to get tapped into creative nonfiction, and that was going through a process which ultimately led us to 18 questions. It really pulled us into a memory. This month I want to share with you one of my favorite creative nonfiction writing tools. And it comes from a company that I've mentioned before. And if you were tuning in last year to the 52 writing prompts in 52 weeks, you definitely saw this one, and you've heard me talk a lot about Storymatic in general. So Storymatic is a writing prompt company, I guess a writing game company. They have the Storymatic Classic, which we've featured on the YouTube channel a number of times, and it's a card game for writing fiction prompts. They have a Storymatic for kids, and they have a game called Synapses, which is also kind of like writing meets improv and really helps you develop fictional ideas. All of those things are for fiction. Rememory is created specifically for helping us to write our memories. And so this is a really great way to get started on writing our own creative nonfiction. I've also found that many poets and songwriters that I've talked to have really fallen in love with this box. So this week I'm going to pull 3 cards the way that we do in Rememory, so that you can get something written for yourself. The rules are really, really simple. There's 3 different color cards that come in this box. There's what they call the slate card, and then there's a coffee card, and there's a ruby card. And each one of them sort of take you to the next level of the writing exercise. So I'll just read for you here. It says the slate cards, these orient you to whose life you are thinking about. Don't know much about the person, that's okay. Let yourself wonder. Try starting with, I don't know for sure, but I imagine that my grandmother ... or I wonder if my grandfather ... So yeah, the first card, our first slate card, is going to be who we're thinking about before we dip into this memory. And then when we select the next card, the coffee card, we are going to orient you into what Storymatic calls a season of life. So I'll read it for you. It says, these orient you to the seasons of life. Spring can mean April or May, or it can mean the springtime of life. Likewise, summer can mean August, or it can mean the summer of your life, and so forth. You will find other, quote, seasons as well. We spend years and years in these seasons. So, for example, like you said, you could have spring or summer, but I've also seen the season of school in there. So different parts of your life that encompass many, many years. And so you can see what's happening when we pick the slate card. We're thinking of a person. The second card then gives us a time to sort of focus on, rather than thinking of a person's entire life. And then the third card, the ruby card, is by evoking the person and the season. Slate and coffee cards lead you to the door of a memory. Ruby cards open that door. So it's really just the last trigger to sort of get us into a memory. So let's do it. So we have our 3 cards here. We're going. I love the way the box is organized. We have slate on one side, coffee on the other, and then a whole bunch of ruby cards in the middle. So I'm going to pick a slate card, And our person is parent. So you get to pick the parent. And our coffee card, our season, is autumn. And finally, the ruby card is the goodbye. So you have a parent in the autumn season, whatever that may mean for you, and you are going to think of the goodbye. And you just start writing. And I love these cards because, as you can see, there's so many different combinations and ways that you can pick them and use them over and over again to trigger all different types of memories. Every single time you get them, you pull your 3 cards, you're going to be pulled into a different memory. And it's a great way to start off thinking and writing. And I hope you get something wonderful out of this. But that is from Storymatic. I will put the link in the show description in the little doobly-doo in case you want to get your own copy of Rememory. As you can see, there's plenty of cards here to keep on going with it. And that's it for this week. And next week will be our writing prompt party. So please make sure you also check the show description to sign up for the Friday Night Writes email list so that you get your Zoom link so that you can join us for our live writing prompt party when we actually select a prompt, write on it, and share our reading. But if you do miss out, if it's not the right time for you, it will be shared on the YouTube channel later on in the night. So everybody will get to do it, but hopefully I'll get to see some of you face to face. And to that point, next week is a big week because next week is a whole bunch of live stuff. A lot of Zoom calls happening once per day, Monday through Friday, because what's happening next week is Happy Campers Light. So Happy Campers Club is starting again for March and April. And that is a private writing community where I provide goal setting every single Monday, write-ins every single Tuesday, casual coffee chats to see where we're at in our writing life every single Wednesday. Thursdays, we're going to be talking about reading each other's work and critiquing. And then every single Friday in March and April, if you're in the Happy Campers Club, you will have a writing prompt party. So that's going live all of March and April. But what I wanted to do in this last week of February is give everybody a taste of it before they buy in, if they're interested in buying in. So all week next week, 5:30 p.m. Eastern will be the meetings. So I will put a link in the show description so that you can sign up for the free week, but I'll also share the link so that you can see the information about the Happy Campers Club for March and April to see if it's something that you're interested in. There's an early bird pricing that ends next Wednesday, which I believe is the 24th. The full price for the 2 months, which is all those calls, like I said, and those will happen like multiple times a day to make sure that I can be live with everybody in the group. All those calls for 2 months. We have a private Facebook group that you have lifetime membership to. Any PDFs or resources that I create for you and for the group are yours to keep forever and always. And also, oh my goodness, I'm totally forgetting everything. Anything else that comes along during the 2 months are all yours, and that would be for the price of $499.99. But up until next Wednesday, it will be $449.99. Right? $449.99. Yes. So the link and all the information, like I said, will be in the show description if that's something you're interested in. But don't forget, next week is all open doors free, live support for you finding your writing people. And I discussed this all in full in this week's episode of Stop Writing Alone. I think it was episode 109, but also episode 108 was talking about how to find your tribe. So this is just one way that you could definitely find writing community that fully supports you. But if you want to just hear about other ways to do that, you can go check out episode 108. But I hope to see a bunch of you next week, whether it's just for the writing prompt party or all week through Happy Campers. That would be awesome. Otherwise, I hope you have a load of fun with Rememory. And like I said, I'll put the link in the show description in case you want to grab a copy of this for yourself. Have fun, happy writing, and thanks as always for watching. See you next week. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your writer friends, and head over to stopwritingalone.com for even more.